Hi, my name is Maureen Frank. We launched the Courage Inclusive Leadership in Action program because we're so passionate about inclusive leadership. We started the journey a number of years ago by creating the global first program for Telstra, Mastering Gender Leadership. It was a program that was based on the assumption that we felt that good, decent men really wanted to support women in the workforce, but perhaps didn't know how. And we were absolutely thrilled with the results, with thousands of men participating in that program across a number of organisations and seeing real change happen. As a result of that program, we had thousands of conversations with leaders, men and women, across multiple industries, multiple organisations. And that's culminated in the second edition of the Mastering Gender Leadership program, which we've called Courage, Inclusive Leadership in Action. It's broader than the original program. It's around inclusion more broadly, so all the aspects of inclusion, from gender to disability to all the other traditional areas of diversity, as well as just things like style difference, communication difference, personality differences. But it's really focused on the how-to. It's the crashing together of the 10,000 conversations we've had over the last 10 years on the practical questions that we've been asked and empowering leaders with what they need to do. It takes leaders on a journey, and fundamentally it's 10 modules which really grow on each other. We start with business case. We move through unconscious bias. We get to, how do you tackle resistance? What really is inclusive leadership? What's my role as a role model? We give leaders tips and strategies about dealing with resistance. We give them the how-to of flexibility. We find that most companies have policies, but most managers don't know how to implement flexibility. So how do you make that happen? What's the connection between inclusion and real collaboration? So how do you create a collaborative team? And really then challenging leaders to focus on their role. It's not up to the organization, it's about each individual taking steps. And we've got a tried and tested method of doing that. So the way we do that is we spread that over a period of time. Having the spaced learning is intentional because we find that if you get people in a room for a workshop, it's kind of a big brain dump, but they don't really retain and you don't see action happening. The period of time is important, short, sharp grabs over a 10-week period where in each module, leaders are required to take action, they're required to experiment, they're required to have new conversations. So by the time we get to the end of the program, we've got some real examples of things that have actually happened. You can actually measure the return on investment of the Courage program in the end. We've seen some amazing stories which we're really proud of. You can count the one-on-one conversations and the impact and result, from retaining staff to people coming into new roles to talent rediscovered or newly discovered talent. So it's an exciting journey, and it's not taking a shortcut, because you see, to me, a lot of organizations take shortcuts in diversity and inclusion. They go and do unconscious bias or tick something and they say, great, we're fixed, we've done our thing. You know what? Save your money, it won't work. You need a real immersion process. It's got to be about cultural change. It's got to be focusing on changing the behaviors, changing the system. But you know what? We know that the Courage program works, and certainly the feedback that we're getting from clients is it's a game changer. So if you're ready for game-changing activity and behavior amongst your leaders, if you're looking for real results in diversity and inclusion, Courage, Inclusive Leadership in Action is for you. So try it today, and please give us a call if you'd like to talk about how different organisations have rolled that out. But it's designed to be leader-led, and it's designed to get to the four corners of your organisations to make real change happen.